If you are affected by the following episode, please seek counselling or your nearest support network.
Hello everybody, this is Marjorie. Now, today, in today's episode of The Office, I was going to talk about, different politics, because everywhere you work, doesn't matter where you work, if you work in an office, a factory, or a warehouse, or a shipyard, or the Buckingham Palace, it doesn't matter, there's office politics, there's things that annoy you, there's things that get in your nanny goat. There's this lassie in my office, for example, Bertha. Now, Bertha's a pure laugh. She's a pure giggle. Now, she brings in, right, she's very generous, is Bertha, right? Very generous. Bertha used to be quite a big lassie, but skinny. She's like that now. Skinny mini. So she brings in loads of biscuits and cakes, right? Oh, she spoils us. She really does. She's a great lassie, Bertha. She spoils us, and she brings in all these cakes and biscuits. But do you know what annoys me? See the ones that they'll eat everything that gets brought in. I mean, they would eat the counter if it wasn't screwed down. But do they bring anything in? No. And see when they do bring something in, they've got it off the, going out of date shelf in Tesco, or Asda, or Aldi, or Lidl, other supermarkets available. Who did I not mention there? Sainsbury's, Marks and Spencer's, Waitrose, and what's the other one called? Akaroo, the online, the Akaroo, right? So, we're talking about givers and takers. The taketh away and the giveth it back, and taketh and don't give. So that's that. But here's the story I want to tell you today. Drama. Every time, without fail, we go out for lunch as a group. Somebody's leaving, it's somebody's birthday, somebody's whatever. And we have a special lunch and we all go out for lunch. Now, the lunch itself is fine. Well, once you actually get into the lunch, it's fine. There's always a stramash at the beginning. I'm not sitting next to her and she annoys me and I always have to talk to her. Anyway, the lunch itself is usually fine. You know what the drama is? The drama comes splitting the bill. Oh my God. I dread it. See when I hear somebody going, could I get the bill? You're like, oh, here we go. World War III. Because you're going to have your ones that go, I didn't drink alcohol, I'm not paying for the alcohol. So you end up saying, right, that's fine. So we'll have a soft drinks bill, and we'll have an alcohol bill, and we'll have a food bill, right? So that's, you get 3 bills. And then you'll have the ones that go, well, I only had the 1 gin and tonic, I didn't have wine, you bought 3 bottles of wine, so I don't think I should be paying for the 3 bottles of wine because I had just the 1 gin and tonic. So then you have to split the bill into the food, the soft drinks, the gin and tonic, and the 3 bottles of wine. And then you've got somebody that says, well, I had a soft drink, but I didn't have any ice in my soft drink. I went, they're not charging you for ice, you absolute doughball. So the ice is free. And then there's the ones, I had 1 course, I didn't have 2 courses. Oh, they should pay a bit less because they only had 1 course. Oh, I only had a butter roll, I didn't have a butter roll. I only had a dry roll. I should pay. Oh my God, you are actually taking the enjoyment out of this. You know what I mean? But, it's nice to get out, but sometimes you wish you hadn't bothered. You sometimes wish you'd just taken like a wee cheese and ham sandwich into the office and sat there with your Capri Sun, Well, that's if you can get the straw in. They used to get the straws in the wee Capri Suns quite easy now. Every time I poke it now, it's all over me. Anyway, well, who could I talk about? Heather. Heather, she sits up the end of our office now. She's been having the flushes, right? She's got the, what do you call it? The thing, right? And she's been sitting up in the office, and I says to her one day, I says, what you could do, see when you get the hot flushes, what you could do is you could put ice cubes like inside your bra, right? And if you've got a taupe, you put some ice cubes under your arms and your oxters, and maybe put a few discreet crushed ice down inside your underpants, and that just keeps you all nice and cool. Well, she overdid it a bit with the ice, right? So just before we were going to be working from home, right, about a few weeks before it, she comes in, and I thought, Heather, oh my God, what's happened to you? If you fell in a puddle, if you wet yourself? She'd overdone it with ice. She'd overdone it with the crushed ice. She'd taken the crushed ice out of the freezer in the morning, and for the drive for Easter Bride into the town, she was absolutely ringing. I mean, you could have rang her out. You could have actually rang her out. And she says, I'm nice and cool. I says, you're nice and cool, but you look as if you're incompetent. No, incontinent, incompetent. I says, you should be wearing one of the wee herbal tea bags I had the other week. And I says, what, alright? She took me home and get changed. I says, I think you should maybe just invest in a wee fan or something. So anyway, right, I need to go because I've got it in my list of things to do to phone Ann Summers and ask if they've got any of the more, the washing machines that Lucy had. I'm going to phone and ask if they've got any more, because, I mean, every time she's on that Zoom, she's smiling away. So she says to me the other day, I'll no get another mention because I've had my go. I says, no, Lucy, you'll no be mentioned again, hen. All right, everybody, I'll see you soon. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.